Role-playing games are a story-driven experience that comes packed with many facets, like the wonderful storyline, crafting characters, playing storylines, and the game is a mix of many other characters that add the much-needed excitement in the game. For your ease, we have tested some of the most famous RPG games that are worth your time. Here is our roundup of the 10 best Android and iOS RPG games that will bring up some new colors to your gaming world. Starting off at number 10, we have Heir of Light. Heir of Light is an RPG set in a dark gothic fantasy world, where you play a legendary warrior destined to restore order. Luckily, you won't be alone in this mission. Throughout your adventure, you can recruit over 100 different heroes, each with his own abilities and special attacks. Between battles, you can level up and improve your heroes and their equipment. You can equip them with tons of weapons, armor, boots, helmets, gloves, etc. This way, you'll improve their attributes and abilities, giving them more life points and boosting their damage capabilities. The main campaign lets you fight against more than 100 different bosses that will put your skills to the test. Moving on to number 9, we have Blade & Soul Revolution. This is the mobile adaptation of the popular Korean MMORPG Blade & Soul, a game from NCSoft, the studio responsible for other renowned MMORPGs including Lineage 2 and Ion. Before you start playing, you can create your avatar. And for this, you'll find a wide range of possibilities. You can choose between several completely different character classes. And of course, you can customize the look of your character however you want, choosing from dozens of faces, body types, hairstyles, outfits, etc. As usual for the genre, the controls are particularly automatic. This means that you can tap on the mission that you have to complete and your character will automatically carry it out, whatever it may be. Breaking into number 8, we have Guardians Odyssey. This is an RPG that gives you the chance to bring a brave warrior to life in medieval-looking settings. In each one of these locations, you have to go toe-to-toe against tons of rivals who are all on a mission to put an end to your journey. To protect yourself or attack, you have multiple weapons and attacks that you can use according to your needs in each combat. In the game, you can choose from different game modes depending on the number of enemies you want to face. In every mode, you have to be quick in order to use the weapons available and achieve your goal of defeating all the enemy warriors. Likewise, you can gradually improve your skills to help you beat even stronger opponents. Next up at number 7, we have Gaia Odyssey. Gaia Odyssey is an MMORPG that plunges you into a fantasy world full of places to explore and characters to interact with. This game has spectacular 3D graphics that show all the action from a top-down perspective. Once you customize your warrior, you can step into this universe and take on challenges. Moving your character is easy. Just use the joystick on the left side of the screen. On the right are action buttons that you can use to attack, jump, and choose from various options to adapt your attacks to each situation. As you explore, simply tap on other characters to strike up conversations with them. Overall, Gaia Odyssey is a well-designed RPG with exciting PvP battles. Now at number 6 is Lord of Heroes. Lord of Heroes is a role-playing game that turns you into the monarch of a kingdom in danger due to the conspiracies of his allies. Your duty is to get rid of all threats using the best possible team of heroes. We're talking about a spectacular RPG with a story full of intrigue and memorable characters. In this role-playing game, instead of having to save the world from evil enemies as always, you have to make your kingdom a better place. Although you don't control the monarch directly, you're in charge of choosing the lineup of the combats, the heroes that fight in the battles, and their upgrades, level up, equipment, special skills, etc. Moving on to number 5, we have Icarus M, Riders of Icarus. This MMORPG offers some impressive 3D graphics that instill each battle with realism. Before playing your first game, you'll select the character you want to use throughout your adventure. Once you enter into this universe of dragons and legendary creatures, you'll be ready to start fighting in your first combats. One of the great things about Icarus M is how simple the controls are. This means it's not very difficult to show off your potential with the different attacks that you'll develop. Another one of the most interesting aspects of the game is that if you manage to tame a dragon or a creature, you can take it along with you on your adventures. Next up at number 4, we have SoulWorker ZERO. SoulWorker ZERO is a third-person ARPG that takes you along for a wild ride and clashes against hordes of different enemies. Plus, its anime aesthetic and spectacular combat systems are instantly reminiscent of Honkai Impact 3rd. A post-apocalyptic aesthetic in SoulWorker ZERO sets the stage for your hero to make their way through over 100 dungeons, crawling with enemies. After choosing your character, you complete a multitude of missions to get accustomed to game systems and the persistent online world in this game. Its visuals are worthy of today's consoles. This fully immersive gaming experience puts you in the throes of an anime world you won't want to be leaving anytime soon. Coming in at number 3, we have Murderous Pursuits. Murderous Pursuits is a role-playing game that challenges you to go on board the HMCS Britannic ship in order to get rid of the suspicious player before they get to you. Pay close attention to the different settings and keep your eyes open to strike the enemy at the right moment. The 3D visuals also make it really easy for you to identify the players and other elements. In the beginning, you'll be introduced to the story by opening a letter that one of the guests wrote to you to put you in context. After that, you become one of the passengers of the ship and begin your search for the enemy without knowing their identity. Next up at number 2, we have V4. V4 is a role-playing game that plunges players in an open world full of dangers and characters. This MMORPG has amazing technical specifications and battles that are just as entertaining as they are exciting. Endless adventures await in the world of V4. Of course, you'll have to create a character before you can start adventuring. V4 has 6 different character classes to choose from, and its comprehensive character creator allows you to personalize every aspect of your hero. Once you've created a character, it's time to jump into the intriguing storyline of this MMORPG. Fighting in battles isn't everything in V4. It's just as important to explore the world and interact with its inhabitants. And finally, at number 1, we have Raziel. Raziel is an action RPG set in a world of dark medieval fantasy. Your objective is to face off against the horde of monsters and the undead as they threaten to ravage the realm, reducing it to no more than a pile of ashes. Team up with the last standing survivors of humanity to save the world. It's up to you and your teammates to make the last attempt to preserve the human race and avoid total annihilation. In the game, you'll find dozens of levels packed with monsters lurking around each corner. Your objective in each level of the game is to find and finish off the end boss. But before you can do so, you'll need to explore each scenario very carefully. So that's it, guys. If you found a game that you like, then go to our description. We have all the links of all the games we featured in this video. And if the game that you like isn't featured on this video, then go to the comments section and rage it out. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.